Welcome to Silky's Bootleg Armory. Now I wanted to make a gun collection video to showcase my small but beginner's collection of rifles, but that I put together personally myself. But I didn't really want anything to be long and extended to have you guys sitting here figuring out what I did, how I did it, because I can take you through a whole process of why I pick certain parts, because everything I choose is very meticulous. But I did want to introduce you all to each individual rifle personally. So, without further ado, introducing Ghost. This is my first build. This is the one when I realized I actually could put something together and actually make something of my own. And this is my baby, man. And the reason why it's my baby, it's so smooth. Like, from the moment you shoot it to the moment you chamber it, it's smooth. From tip to butt, starting with the suppressor, the silencer code Saker 556K. This thing is just a bonus. What really makes it good, unscrew this, is this here, this Lantec Dragon muzzle brake. Now a lot of people kind of have this this notion that muzzle brakes are loud and obnoxious, and yeah, they are, but we don't build rifles thinking of other people. Well, we do, thinking of other people in bad ways, but we build rifles for effectiveness. And this thing here, this capability, keeping your red dot on target, your sight picture on target, it's like nothing other. It just makes your rifle and everything smooth to the point where sometimes you won't even find yourself bringing your reticle back down. You'll find yourself pulling your reticle back up. But moving on, because I can talk about that all day. I did a lot of research and I really wanted the Superlative Arms bleed off gas block, but that one wasn't in stock at the time that I was building this one. So I went ahead and went with the Odin Works gas block, and this one here, man, it's been functioning flawlessly. It's not the bleed off like I want, but it's amazing. And down with the gas tube, I didn't go with a stainless steel, but I did end up getting a Lantec black nitride gas tube because I mean it just could withstand a lot more heat. Now for the handguard, this here took a lot of work. I really ended up wanting something that was 10 inches. What are you doing, Ryan? I'm busy right now, son. Thank you. Okay. My child. It's awesome. The Rise ornament, man. I went with this handguard because I mean it was lightweight, and I wanted something that was, since I had a 10.5-inch barrel from Ballistics Advantage, I knew I wanted something that wasn't going to go all the way to the tip of my barrel, because I knew at the time of building this one, I was going to end up shooting it suppressed. So this here only measured out to be about 10 inches, which was perfect. At that point, I was able to mount my suppressor right on and still not have anything rubbing up against each other to the point where we was causing any issues. Now, moving on to the sweet stuff. The internals. Now, a lot of people know that the bolt carrier and the barrels are probably the most important parts of your rifle. For me, the bolt carrier is the most important part of your rifle. It's the engine. It drives your gun. It's everything. Man. So for me, I did some research, man. I knew I wanted something that, I knew weight wasn't an issue because this thing is heavy as shit. But I knew I wanted something that was going to function with a suppressor, and I knew I wanted something that was sexy, right? The Lantac Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group. This thing here is like no other. I mean, it's massive. It has this port on the side to where when you shoot and suppress, the gases are actually expelled out away from the shooter's face, in addition to the charging handle that I have, which this one is the Raptor suppressed charging handle. And prior to shooting without the bolt carrier, I really didn't see any difference. I mean, maybe a small amount, but no matter what, my damn eyes were still burning. But with this on it, man, this thing, what's suppressed gases? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that basically allowed me to kind of play with my charging handles and move some other stuff around as far as interchangeable parts. But this thing here, man, I can talk about that all day. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Moving on, though, we got the trigger. You know what? As I think about it, I got a lot of Lantac stuff. This is a Lantac single stage trigger. Small curved. 3.5 pounds, I believe. Smooth, crisp. I mean, you can watch videos on trigger reviews all day, and these things here, man, it's smooth. It's smooth. So, me, this is where I kind of put my little spill on things. So, with my lower that I went with the JL billet lower. I wanted something that was really sexy, but had a flared mag well, and I wanted something that was a little bit innovative. This one here, it has these little cuts inside to where it looks a little bit modern, you know, and I kind of like that kind of shit. But you also have a finger groove here where you can relax your actual finger if you're actually not putting your finger on the trigger, which you're not supposed to do unless you're shooting something. Okay. And here I have a phase 5 bolt catch, which allows me to actually hold my rifle, end up locking my bolt simply with that. And now, whatever reload, I can pop it in. And now we don't even have to go with this little motion of having to do all this extra stuff. Now, so much easier. But moving on, because I've kept you guys here long enough. End caps, simple. One with the little $2 joint that came with the buffer kit. You know, I got your standard SBA 3 tactical brace. Just because this is not an SBR, it's still a pistol. ATF, wherever you guys are listening, whoever, whatever, okay? But, again, it's those internals for me, man. Inside, pop out this D10 pin. Speaking of D10 pins, 1 second. I wonder if you guys have ever seen this. So, I just had to replace this because I had a D10 pin that actually broke. Never seen it in life. So, I don't know if it's because I run my rifle so much or what. Check this out. Look at that. What is this? What is this? See that? That's insane. I don't even know how that happens. So, and it was interesting because it was this one that was broke. And I realized I had a little wiggle inside for some reason. And a lot of times you get that when you put custom rifles together. So for me, I ended up buying these little things off eBay. These little holders right here, they end up popping right inside just like that. Pop it on, and you literally don't have any more wiggle. This thing is functioning flawlessly, it's smooth. But yeah, so I ended up going with, I like Lantac, man. I like Lantac, Strike Industries. So this one here, I ended up going with Lantac. Their push pins or ultimate takedown pins are sexy and they're nice and it works. They're stainless steel, and for some reason, I'm pretty confident that this won't happen again. Now, back to where I was going. The internals. this baby. Stealth recoil spring. A lot of times in our rifles we have that boing, boing, or that rattle, whatever it is. Don't mean me from what I just did. Somebody, whatever, cameras, whatever. But I'm on the fence about this now because a few weeks ago my wife had a failure with this and the spring failed. But it's interesting because it wasn't the spring. There was a small screw that popped out and I actually put it back together and now it's been functioning flawlessly. So I'm like, man, was there some kind of man-made person who put it in and didn't put the spring in tighter? Whatever. But I have all of these in my rifles. That's why I'm on the fence about it. So I've been shooting a lot more, paying a lot more attention because that shit can't happen again. But anyways, so I'm rocking with these. Keep functioning. I'm going to keep throwing some more rounds through all these rifles. Keep throwing some more rounds through this. I got different weights. This one here is actually an H3. I have an H2, an H3, another H3. And then I think I have a regular H, which is the one that failed, which is interesting enough. So, but you just take this here, pop it in, and with these you don't even need any actual pins to hold it in place. Pop that in, pop that back, and you're good to go. So, now that all the internals are done, now I can talk about the sexy stuff. The toys we all like that actually cost more than the damn rifles themselves. This here, holosun LS321G. This thing here, it's cool. I mean, I love it. I don't think that it's similar to the Malls or the PECs as far as the illumination and things like that, but I'm not gonna buy another one and spend $800 on it, cause yeah, I'm not. But it's cool. It serves its purpose, and it's cool because I knew this one's going to be my suppressed rifle, and I knew I was gonna be getting night vision, so that's what this was. In addition to that, I ended up getting a mod light. Ended up getting the flat dark earth because I like brown. Brown's my favorite color. Ended up getting the Surefire tail cap just because you wanted that. You didn't want to have the motions of holding right here and always having your light on. You know, you don't want to sacrifice your grip for that, which is interesting enough. This grip tape, I have very sweaty hands. Strangely enough, this served a whole new purpose. Somehow, when I wrap this, I no longer have to push down here. I don't even have to adjust my grip. Now, I can just squeeze simply like that with the grip. I don't even have to sacrifice my grip and keep it on. It's literally just something that I'm not sure how that's working, but I'm not moving it because that shit's perfect. And if I want to go constant on, I just reach over with my thumb, hit that, and now we're good. So that's my front toys, you know. I got a Fortis. Well, actually, no, I take that back. This is a BCM M-lock hand grip. Just something simple, just so I can pull back into, you know, to get a little bit more stability. My optics. The thing that I probably researched the most. Sitting on a Unity high rise mount, have the holosun combined with the primary arms reticle. This thing here is amazing. I don't have enough good things to say about it. For me, it's perfect. It's everything I want in a small package. I can go out to as far as I need to, as far as this rifle will let me, which realistically ain't that far because I'm in a fucking urban environment. But the holdovers, the big donut of death, this thing is amazing. And then you combine that with the aim point magnifier. I initially had multiple magnifiers. I tried to see function with the Unity, but the only one that I found did function properly and fit was the aim point. No matter how much I tried to get around it, had to throw that money at aim point just because. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, well, other than this big ass red safety selector switch that you see that I haven't talked about yet, but I don't know, that's just me being me. I kind of wanted something just obvious, and then I set it to actually be 45 degrees with the Raptor. I think this is the Raptor. Yeah, Radiant Raptor safety selector. Yeah, this thing. It's a safety selector. It functions. You know what I'm saying? It's just colorful. Some stuff, man, you know, I don't try to do too much on. But a lot of stuff, I like sexy guns. I like my stuff to look right. That's why, you know, I want to showcase everything and kind of let you guys know my thought process and why I chose to build them a certain way and set them up the certain ways that I did. So, until next time. Peace.
Grass has grown in. Look at all the grass has grown in the sandbox.
Look at all the grass has grown, huh?
In the sandbox. Just look. Just look.
Okay, I'm looking. Oh, wow. Yeah.